So what is going on, guys? CeeGee here today and welcome back to the channel. I'm super sorry there hasn't been a video in quite a while, and I'm sorry that this is not on Friday like Top 5 Fridays is supposed to be, but yesterday was obviously the 27th of October. I forgot what month you're in, and it of course meant that Stranger Things 2 was out. I of course been a big fan of the first series, spent from 7 o'clock in the morning till about 6 o'clock at night binge watching the whole thing. And yeah, I binge watched like 9 episodes of Stranger Things 2 all in one hit, and oh my god, it's so good. If you haven't seen it, I would highly recommend it. But that's not the point of today's video. We're not talking about Stranger Things, because today we're going to be talking about the top 5 most underrated games on PS4, just to clarify, so far. Most of these are AAA games, not indie games, because indie games sort of made to be small on that lower scale budget, and sort of people have to go out and actively find them, where these mostly are AAA games that just sit under the radar, everyone forgot about, and I'm sort of sitting here like, holy crap, these are some of the best games I've ever played, so why are you, the viewer of this video and player of PS4 I hope, not playing these games? So without any further ado, I am CeeGee, this is the top 5 underrated games. If you enjoy this video, smash the thumbs up button, and of course, let's get into number 5. So falling down at the bottom of our list is a very game personal to me, that being a console-defining IP in the form of Little Big Planet, or more specifically, Little Big Planet 3. Little Big Planet was one of the earliest PS4 games on the market, being a next-gen sequel to its PS3 siblings. Although the first 2 games were hugely popular back on old gen, this poor game didn't quite kick with the same impact. Although it was a fun, colourful, witty game with challenging puzzles and even more challenging levels, there was no reason as to why Little Big Planet got swept under the rug as soon as it did. I believe the reason behind this downfall is very simple, and it's called the evolution of gaming. Realistically, people just don't want that Mario-style platformer anymore. People now tend to thrive off of one-dimensional first-person shooters with less content than a half-finished PS2 game, which to me is truly saddening. The genre that essentially kickstarted console's success has died out to multiplayer, loot crates and pay-to-win systems. Overall, Little Big Planet is a fantastic franchise and quite frankly deserves a 4th game if you ask me. Unfortunately, I fear that we will never see it. So rocking up at 4th place is Telltale's Guardians of the Galaxy. Telltale's latest choice-based character narrative, but it has already fallen off the radar. Why? It's no secret that Telltale make fantastic games. I mean, just look at the work that they've done. The Walking Dead, The Wolf Among Us, Game of Thrones. So why did Guardians of the Galaxy, Marvel's best movie to date, may I add, end up being forgotten about so early in its lifespan? Only 2 episodes had been released before people stopped talking about the game. Quite unfairly, it was swept under the rug. This is quite simply boiling down to other launches at the time. Huge AAA titles have been released left, right and centre this year, so it was obviously going to be difficult for Telltale to fit it in around the time of no big games launching. I think it even falls down to the fact that superheroes aren't everyone's cup of tea. Nor is the choice-based cinematic experience that Telltale has to offer. This game has very unfairly suffered and deserves more recognition than it is currently receiving. Overall, Guardians of the Galaxy is an absolutely wicked game, but not often talked about. If you like Telltale's style of game, then 100% check it out, as it only adds to their incredible list of fantastic games. Into the 3rd place position now, and it goes to The Evil Within, making an appearance on last episode as well. The Evil Within is a game that really isn't talked about enough. Bethesda's classic is a perfect horror game. It mixes action and emotion, jump scares and tension, character and story so well, and it is easy to see why through its highly popular sequel. But why was the first game considered to be a cult classic and a small game, despite being published by Bethesda? That, my friends, is exactly the reason. Bethesda. When Bethesda said they were going to be making a new IP, everyone cheered, but then they announced it would be a linear-based story game. Everyone sighed. Bethesda is famously known for its glitches and its bugs, so when you chuck them into an open world like Skyrim or Fallout, it makes for some comedic moments and cheap laughs, but when paired with a linear story game, they can be almost game breaking and take the player really out of the story. This, however, was not the case, as The Evil Within was a well-polished machine that ran smoother than a baby's bottom. Overall, The Evil Within rekindled the world's love for that classic Resident Evil style of horror. But due to people being scared about bugs and glitches, the fantastic game ultimately suffered. So, missing out on our beloved top spot is Rise of the Tomb Raider. Rise of the Tomb Raider is a direct sequel to the 2013 franchise reboot simply titled Tomb Raider. Although the reboot of the franchise was extremely successful in revitalizing the series, the sequel to that was not as popular, dropping in pre-orders and sales, and it just wasn't doing that well. But how did one of the most beloved characters become so unknown and far under the radar? Well, my friends, you have Xbox to blame for this one. Lara Croft has been and always will be a PlayStation icon. But Xbox seriously lacks iconic characters, Master Chief being my only exception. With the likes of Crash Bandicoot, Nathan Drake, Spyro and newcomer Aloy, PlayStation does not lack memorable iconic characters. In fact, it has so many that Xbox tried to nab its crown jewel, Lara Croft. This exclusivity, however, was only held for around 7 months, and Rise of the Tomb Raider is now on PS4. But because of this exclusive deal with Microsoft and Xbox, Tomb Raider lost most of its player base, the superior PlayStation gamers. So if you ever wonder why you've never heard of Rise of the Tomb Raider, a truly fantastic game, it's because Xbox got greedy and needed a new poster boy. What a shame. And taking our crown jewel today goes to someone I just mentioned, Aloy, and that is Horizon Zero Dawn. I cannot even begin to express how absolutely amazing this game truly is. From memorable characters to lush landscapes, Horizon Zero Dawn really does have it all. But why have we already stopped talking about this incredible piece of art? The sad simplicity of this is the fact that Horizon Zero Dawn is a new IP. People don't often like change, and that's why Call of Duty and FIFA will always be the highest selling games every single year, because it's the exact same thing, just better. So when a new game comes around, something genuinely original and fresh, people get scared because they get worried it will be no good. Yes, again, I am looking at you, No Man's Sky. This flaw has been the burden of many games. Like I mentioned earlier with The Evil Within, I fear that new IPs like Days Gone will ultimately suffer in the long term as people just don't like straying from what they know and love. It's a real shame that Horizon Zero Dawn doesn't get the recognition it deserves, as I truly feel like it could win a Game of the Year. It is a breathtaking game that unfortunately lives in the shadow of money-grabbing AAA titles that offer the same experience year in, year out, and it is just absolutely catastrophic. It is such a shame. Horizon Zero Dawn honestly is a fantastic game, and if you haven't checked it out, I will urge you to, because I can almost guarantee it is going to be at the Game of the Year awards, and it is going to win something. I am telling you, it is a masterpiece. So that is all I have for you guys today. That is my top 5 underrated games. If you have played any of these, let me know in the comments below. And if you think that any other games should be on this list, let me know in the comments below. Of course, if you did enjoy this video, smash the thumbs up button and subscribe, because it is free after all, unlike these pay-to-win loot crate games. So, of course, come back to the channel soon for some brand new fresh content. I have been CeeGee, and I will see you in the next one, guys. Peace.